This is a true story. It happened right here in my town 2 years ago. A lot of people die in a lot of really weird ways in this story, but you're not going to find it in the news or anywhere like that because the police and the top people in this town were so embarrassed that they weren't able to solve it that they covered everything all up. But if you come here and ask anyone, they'll all tell you the same thing that I'm going to tell you now. This story starts in my school.
You're listening to the Fun with Horror podcast with your hosts, Scotty and Andrew.
Hello, friends with horror. It's me, Andrew.
And it's me, Scotty.
And welcome to episode 167 of Fun with Horror. We are the most wholesome horror movie podcast in the entire world. It's the podcast where two long-distance best friends stay in touch by giving each other horror movies to watch, and then we discuss them together for and with you.
Forthwith.
Ye.
That sounds like I have a lisp.
It does a little.
But then if I did, then that would mean I'm saying forthwith. So that doesn't make sense.
Well, neither did what I said.
But you know what, Andrew?
What?
Last episode, I picked our next movie. And that movie is this year's Weapons, which you were very excited about. We'll see if you're still excited when we get to what you thought of it. But until then, we're going to stay tuned until the end of this episode to find out what else we're going to watch in October, Andrew.
Ooh.
No pressure.
Dude, I had to think about it, too. I'll just say that.
Did you hurt yourself?
A little, but usually when I think I do. So that checks out.
How are you, buddy?
I'm good, man. How are you?
I missed you.
I missed you.
I missed you.
God, I always miss you. Look at you.
I miss you like the wall misses the paint.
I miss you like the wall misses the wallpaper.
Whoa. You know who else misses us?
Who?
Our listeners.
Hi, listeners.
Buddy, we have
Yeah,
a few Spotify comments, and then I have a bunch of little things we got to talk about real quick.
Do it.
Do you?
No. I mean, there's, not really. Nothing I can,
All right.
Yeah, nah.
I got a bunch of things to tell you, and I'll try and make it quick so we can get to Weapons. But
Yeah, dude.
on Spotify, as people might know, you can leave a comment on any episode that we have recorded.
So cool.
We will answer unless you're being a a-hole, we will talk about your comment here on the episodes. So, we have a few new ones, Andrew.
Yay.
The first one is from our Evil Dead 2013 episode.
Oh, okay. Right on.
Sophie Sparer says, she says, "I'm all better now." What? No, tell me. What does it mean?
Isn't that a line in the movie? Or
well, I'm sure it is.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
but did we talk about that? Because I couldn't remember talking about a line in the movie or misunderstanding a line in the movie or something like that.
I'm assuming that this person's quoting it, just that line, because it's a creepy line. I'm all better now. Would be my guess.
But I'm thinking we said something to
we
make
might.
Sophie.
I mean, we might have.
I replied to her and I said, I can't remember what we said. I even went back and listened to the episode, but I was also working. So if we said something, I missed it. But anyway, thank you, Sophie. Thank you for letting us know what she says.
Yes, thank you. I like that. That's a good quote.
Strange Darling on that episode.
Yeah.
Our new friend Oleg Online, who we read a comment from last episode. Oleg Online said, "That's an homage to Art Bell from Coast to Coast AM radio show, as well as the beginning." So Oleg Online is telling us that Giovanni Ribisi's radio character
Yep.
is an homage to Art Bell,
Very cool.
who I've heard. I know about Art Bell, so that's very cool. Thank you. Thank you, Oleg Online. We did not mention that. I did not realize that.
No, that's awesome.
But now that you say it, it makes perfect sense.
Definitely. Yeah, thank you. That's a great comment. Thank you.
Now, finally, our other new friend, Ross Chopkins 17, who we read a comment from in our last episode as well, commented on our brand new episode 28 years later.
Ooh, okay.
And Ross Chopkins 17 says, LOL, oh, hey. I'm assuming because we mentioned them in the episode. And
Yeah.
they left a second message, and it says, stoked for weapons.
Ooh, nice. Okay.
Now, you see, I should have done this last so that I read Ross Chopkins' comment, and then we go right into our discussion on weapons.
I mean, that's a solid segue, but we didn't do it that way.
We got some things to say real quick.
We do.
I'm going to try and make it fast, buddy.
Okay.
First of all, our friend Justin Beahm has his musical project, Phantom Lightkeeper, which I have mentioned before and told you about.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Yeah, for sure.
By the time this episode comes out, his debut album entitled Shore Ghosts will be out. He has given us permission to play a couple of tracks here on the podcast.
Oh, my gosh. That's awesome. That is really cool.
Thank you, Justin. So,
Yes.
here is a little bit. We're not going to play the whole track, but just a little bit to give you a little taste. Here's a track called Red Tide. And here's another track off the album. This one is called Night Dance. What'd you think of that, buddy?
I love it. What I like about it is his music brings out some really fun emotions. Like it really does. Like they're just cool. So I appreciate it. I love it. And thank you for letting us share some of this with people. That's awesome.
Yeah, he calls it haunted surf music, and I love that.
Nice.
I ordered a vinyl, and I got it very early. I got it like 3 weeks ago.
Whoa.
I've listened to it. Go look for this album. It should be on Spotify, Apple Music. It should be streaming. Phantom Lightkeeper is the artist. The album is called Shore Ghosts. Listen to it because, as I told Justin, it is the perfect album to listen to in October.
Yes. Oh man, that's totally true.
And especially when you get to the final track on the album. I'm not going to spoil anything, but it's very cool, very special, and everybody listening to this will appreciate it.
Awesome, dude.
And also, I've seen a few movies, Andrew.
Oh yeah.
Now, here's one. The first thing I'm going to talk about. I finished all the Nightmare on Elm Street movies in the theater.
Yeah, how was it?
Remind me to tell you about it at the end, because I don't want to go into all this. I don't want to make this too long. So I'm going to talk about that at the end. So everybody stay tuned. After Andrew picks his next movie, I'm going to briefly talk about seeing all the Nightmare on Elm Street movies.
Cool.
But also, I saw Tusk at home.
Dude, I enjoyed the movie Tusk. It's a wild ride. What did you think?
Well, I liked it. I didn't love it. I liked it. I'll be honest, I think it hurt me that the biggest visual effect of the movie has been spoiled many times. There's been pictures on the internet. Yeah. So I had seen it already. I didn't know what to think of it at the end. I will say that I appreciate the fact that it was something that Kevin Smith and his co-host, I think Scott Scott Moser. They came up with the idea on a podcast episode.
Yeah.
And then
Yes.
Kevin Smith made it into a movie. I think that right there is incredible.
And I do love during the credits that they play that bit from their podcast of them talking about the movie and just giggling about it. Go, we should make a movie of this, you know? Like that's a great way to end your movie is have that little soundbite.
Exactly. And I had no idea that it was from a podcast episode until the end of the movie. So that was really cool to find out. But that was good. Also, as we're recording this, I'm in the middle of Beyond Fest here in LA, which is our local 2-week-long movie festival where they show like 90-something movies over 2 weeks at 3 different theaters. And I've got a few tickets. I mentioned them, I believe, in our last episode, maybe.
I think, yeah.
But by the time we're recording this, I have seen Big Trouble in Little China in 70 millimeter.
Cool.
With John Carpenter and cinematographer Dean Cundy doing a Q&A after the movie.
Very cool.
Andrew, you'll remember Dean Cundy. We did a movie that he shot.
That's right. It was one of our Serbian films.
Yes, Garfield the movie.
That's right.
I think he also did a little movie called The Thing, but
Oh, right. Yeah.
but I'm pretty sure the peak of his career was Garfield the movie. Anyway, I'm going to say real quick, I finally get Big Trouble in Little China.
Okay.
You've seen it, right?
I have. Yeah, it's an interesting movie.
I liked it before, never loved it as much as his other movies.
Right.
But something about watching it in this theater with a packed audience, I got it. All these funny lines of dialogue I was laughing along with finally.
Nice.
And I saw its inspirations as I was watching it. I was like, oh, I get this now. I get this. So now I love the movie more.
Yay. Well, that's fun. That's awesome.
And then finally, buddy, as we're recording this last night,
Yeah.
I saw Shelby Oaks.
Dude, that's awesome. That looks so good.
All I'm going to say, and I've said this on social media, the movie comes out October 24th.
Nice.
And this is exactly what I said in my posts. Different things scare different people, right?
Right.
So keep that in mind when I say that Shelby Oaks is easily the scariest movie I've seen this year.
Ooh, I love it, man. If that doesn't get you excited for something, I don't know what does. That's awesome.
Any of our longtime listeners, if they know what scares me, it's not about spiders. I'll tell you that much. The movie is not about spiders.
Yeah.
But it's about other things that scare me. I think it's a very well-crafted movie, and I'm really looking forward to hearing what other people think. I've already heard mixed reviews of it, but yeah, there you go, Shelby Oaks.
Good for Chris Stuckman, man, being a YouTuber that found his way into being able to do this. That's really cool. That's inspirational. So very awesome. Very awesome.
And I will also tell you, buddy, that we have talked about how James and Chelsea from Dead Meat were an inspiration for me when we started doing this podcast.
Yeah.
The other thing is Chris Stuckman. He has always been a huge inspiration for me, at least, definitely, in how you and I talk about movies.
Yes. I agree with you.
He's got just a easygoing flow to the way he talks about movies. And I always loved it. In fact, somebody mentioned they didn't really like other YouTube reviewers. And I thought about it and I was like, you know what? Chris Stuckman is the only one I've ever watched. Any other YouTube reviewers that I watched for a second, I stopped watching because I was like,
Yeah.
You know, because they're not as good as us. I'm just kidding. Last thing I'm going to tell you. I got one last thing, and then we'll get to weapons.
All right.
I can't believe I didn't do this earlier, but I got a new iPhone, right?
Right.
And you know how you can name your iPhone?
Yeah.
As wholesome as we are, my iPhones have always been called Scotty's effing iPhone.
Right. Yes. Yeah, that's right.
Don't know why I didn't think of this earlier, but my new phone, you know what I called it?
What?
Phone with horror.
Oh, come on.
Well, I hate to say it, but his parents have been feeling unwell as of late, and I'm staying with them to help take care of Alex.
Oh, so it's serious.
Oh, no, it's not serious. Nothing terminal. It's just a touch of consumption.
A touch of consumption?
Yeah.
Weapons was directed by Zach Cregger. It was also written by Zach Cregger. It stars Julia Garner as Justine, Josh Brolin as Archer, Cary Christopher as Alex, Benedict Wong as Marcus, Austin Abrams as James, Alden Ehrenreich as Paul, and Amy Madigan as Aunt Gladys.
I love the look you gave right there, buddy. Well, before we get too deep into the spoilers and anything along those lines, we want to know, there's the basics, just the basics on how we feel. So, Scotty, you picked this movie, so I'm going to ask you, my friend, without spoiling anything, what'd you think of this movie?
I like Weapons a lot. However, here's the thing. A lot of people, when this movie came out, there was a lot of talk about, this is the best movie of the year, my favorite horror movie of the year. And I thought about it, and I think it might be my 5th favorite, 6th favorite. I don't know. I like it a lot. I don't think it's perfect, but I do like it a lot. And I think it's a very good movie. And we're going to get into my quibbles, but here's the thing, buddy. I say here's the thing much too often. And now that I've said that, everybody's going to notice every single time I say it during this podcast.
Hey, that's all right.
But, buddy, I've seen the movie. I saw it in theaters. You've known for a while what I thought of it.
Yes.
But this was your first time.
This was. Yeah.
You're a big Barbarian fan.
Love Barbarian. I love it.
So, buddy, what did you think of Weapons?
I think you and I are going to agree on a lot of things in this. I thought it was a really good movie. I thought it was a lot of fun. But I would agree. I wouldn't say best movie of the year, horror movie of the year, but a heck of a lot of fun, one I enjoyed.
You liked it? What if you gave it some stars out of 5 stars, what would you give it off the top of your head?
Off the top of my head, I'd say 4 out of 5. I'd do 4 out of 5.
4 out of 5. Wow.
Yeah.
I think I gave it 4.5.
Okay.
Yeah. I'd have to remember. I don't remember. I just don't remember.
Maybe 4.25. How about that? I'll do that.
And I'll give it 4.26.
There you go. All right, friends with horror, here is your spoiler warning. So just a heads up, we will be spoiling this movie, followed immediately by trigger warnings. So if you haven't seen this movie, you don't want a single thing spoiled for you, this right here is the point of no return. So feel free to pause this episode and come back after you've watched the movie, because we want you here. We love you, and we want you to be here with us. Before we talk about the rest of the movie, though, we would like to let you know of any major trigger warnings, which is inspired by the website doesthedogdie.com. Of course, nearly every horror movie inherently has triggers, but there are some that we would definitely want you to know about before watching a movie, and so, of course, we are here to do that and let you know about those. My friend, are there any major triggers in this movie or any animal deaths in this movie?
My good buddy, there are no animals that I can remember at all in this movie.
Woohoo.
And I wouldn't say there's any major triggers. No.
Awesome.
We'll talk about the carnage that ensues in this movie. But that's it. So I'm just gonna pull out my lucky virtual orange 20-sided die. I'm gonna go to google.com and I'm gonna type roll 1d20 that's what I do.
Is that right? I actually don't think I knew that.
I do. And then I just hit roll over and over again like I'm doing right now. And then, see, you're going to tell me to stop.
Right.
And when I stop it, if it's on an odd number, you, my friend, are going to do the 3-minute recap.
Zoinks.
And if it's even, I'm going to do the 3-minute recap.
Well, then, my friend, I'm going to have you stop it right now.
Well, my friend, the number that it landed on is 16.
Oh, wow. Okay. Buddy, are you sure? I feel like you've done a lot of these lately. Are you all right with this?
It'll land on you eventually.
That's true. And then it will domino. I'll just keep doing it for a while, and it just goes back and forth.
You know what? If we get a comment from somebody that says, hey, I'm tired of just one of you doing it over and over again. You guys need to switch it up a little bit more. Then maybe we'll just switch it back and forth. But until then,
there we go.
It's up to the 20-sided die.
You know what? I love it. I love it. Well, my friend, I just want to let you know that for the last little bit, because we took a little bit longer to record this episode, I've been studying a little bit of witchcraft. A little bit.
Oh.
Not a crazy amount, but enough to do some damage.
I see. Interesting.
Yeah, and as you may or may not know, the last time I saw you in person about a year ago, I took a little bit of your hair. It actually wasn't for ritualistic purposes. It's something to smell.
From my hair?
Yeah, I took a little bit of your hair.
From my head?
Yes, correct. Yeah, a little bit of... yes, yeah. Yes, from your head. It was just when you were sleeping. But, just something to smell, because I miss you.
Wait, you stayed in a hotel.
Don't worry too much about this. Just know it happened and just be okay with it. Anywho, you can't see it because it's too far on this camera down on the ground, and I don't want to move the computer, but I have a little bit of a little thing here, a little bowl. I have your hair wrapped around this stick. I hate to say it, if you do go longer than 3 minutes and I'm watching, I'm going to snap that stick. And, bad things are going to happen. So...
Wait, who's going to attack me?
You'll just have to wait and see.
Oh, man, come on. Is it Benedict Wong?
It is. I was just going to say it's Benedict Wong. How'd you know?
Hopefully he's dressed as Wong.
He actually is. I asked him to, and he said sure. So, he's a good guy. So, my friend, I'm timing you, or I will when you start, but I just wanted to give you a heads up because I love you.
I got you for 3 minutes. 3 minutes of heat time.
Weapons. At 2:17 a.m., all these children run out of their houses to God knows where. The next morning in school, a teacher named Justine, she arrives at her classroom to find one student there. The rest of the students have gone missing. The rest of the movie takes place, I would say, about 30 minutes after. No, 30 days after this happens. So we've got a bunch of characters. We've got Justine, as I mentioned. The whole town is against her. They think she's a witch. They wonder what she did with the kids. We have little Alex. Alex is the student that was left. We have Archer. Archer is the father of one of the sons. He definitely thinks that Justine had something to do with this. We have Marcus, the principal. He lets Justine go from her job because the parents are getting a little too unruly. They don't trust this woman to be teaching their kids. We have Paul, a policeman. He is Justine's ex. And we also have James, who is a junkie, does drugs. That's what a junkie is, Andrew.
Oh, good to know.
So all of these parts come together. And what we eventually find out is that Alex lives in a house with his two parents, his mom and dad, and his Aunt Gladys comes to stay. Aunt Gladys wears a lot of makeup, and she has these strange rituals. The next thing you know, she has seemingly possessed his parents. Alex has to feed them to keep them, I guess, healthy and alive or whatever. Aunt Gladys can make them do whatever she wants. She goes to the school, and she meets Marcus, the principal. Once she does that, because Marcus has some questions because Justine was looking at the house. Man, this is hard to talk about. Marcus opens the door one Saturday, one weekend. Him and his partner live together. There's a knock at the door, and it's Aunt Gladys. Aunt Gladys makes up a story about how her car broke down or something. I forget. She comes in the house, and suddenly she starts doing this thing where she takes a stick off with thorns on it. She pricks herself, and she rubs blood all over it. She's got these ribbons from Marcus's office wrapped around this stick. And then she wraps a piece of hair around the stick. Now, we know that this is Justine's hair because there was a scene earlier in the movie in which Justine was sleeping in her car outside Alex's house, and his mom comes out with scissors, gets in the back seat, and cuts off Justine's hair. So she Aunt Gladys wraps this hair around the twig, and she snaps it. When she snaps it, Marcus goes crazy. Actually, she takes some hair off of his partner first, and she snaps a twig. Marcus goes crazy and tackles his partner and headbutts him to death after puking black bile all over his face. So then Aunt Gladys wraps Justine's hair around the twig and snaps that. Marcus goes running towards Justine. He encounters her at a gas station where she's there with Archer, who is confronting her. And then after a chase ensues, she gets in her car, drives off. Marcus goes chasing after her, and a car destroys him, slaughters his body, and just makes gore all over the street. So now Justine and Archer realize that they're kind of working together here. Meanwhile, Paul and James have had these madcap adventures as a cop who's not really great at his job and a junkie who is just trying to do anything he can to get money to get his next score. They both end up in Alex's house where Aunt Gladys puts them under her spell. Justine and Archer make their way to the house. We have also found out by this point that all the children are in the basement because Aunt Gladys had Alex get a personal article from each child, which we'll talk about. It's really clever of Alex. Mm-hmm. And then she puts them all under a spell, and that's why they all walked out at 2:17 a.m., and they made their way to this house, and now they're standing in the basement. Alex is feeding all them, blah, blah, blah. So Archer and Justine have come to the house. They go inside. They cross this salt line, and suddenly James and Paul, who are under Aunt Gladys's spell, start attacking them. Alex makes his parents, we'll talk about this, but he also crosses a salt line, which makes his parents attack him. He hides in a bathroom, and he's got a stick of his own, and he's got Aunt Gladys's hair, and he wraps it around this stick, puts his blood on it, and then he snaps it. All of a sudden, the kids come to life, and Aunt Gladys hears them, and she starts running, and the kids run. They go through all these houses, and this huge chase ensues, and it's great. And the kids eventually catch up to Aunt Gladys outside in the front yard of this random house, and they just tear her apart. And then the movie essentially ends. James and Paul have both died because Justine and Archer had to defend themselves. There's a voiceover that says that Alex now lives with a different aunt who is not crazy. His parents are being fed by somebody else, and that the kids have all been returned to their parents, and within the last year, some of them have even started to talk again. That's the end of the movie. That was really difficult because of how this movie is structured, buddy.
I know, that was good, and you did it in just under 3 minutes. So I won't do it.
Just what? I'm sorry, what?
Just under 3 minutes.
Oh, great.
Yeah, that was close. I know, I had it. This was the only time where I was like, if I'm getting the 3 minute, I'm using my phone. Not, as people may or may not know, we don't practice these beforehand. We don't have notes on how to do the 3 minute. Yeah. But I was like, I got to remember like chapters or at least kind of characters, because I was like, this is a hard one. This is a hard one to do.
Before we get into anything else, I want to tell you some things that I learned. Did you watch any of the bonus features?
No, I didn't.
Zach Cregger, who also directed Barbarian.
Correct.
One of the bonus features, he talks about how this script was written very quickly. Oh. And it came from an intense place of grief because his best friend died suddenly.
Oh, gosh.
And so Zach, he dealt with his grief by writing. And he said that this story comes from a place of missing someone who's suddenly gone. And you're not able to ask them what happened and all this,
Oof, yeah.
So this entire story was intensely personal for him. There's a lot of Zach in this story in different facets. For instance, Zach had an alcoholic father when he was a kid.
Oh.
So a lot of the story of Alex and his parents and Alex coming home to his zombified parents,
Oof, yeah.
it comes from a place where Zach would go to school every day and act like everything's normal, and then he'd come home and hide in the house from what he called his zombie dad, because his father was drunk,
gosh. Oh, that's heartbreaking. Jeez Louise.
It's heartbreaking, but it makes me appreciate the movie more.
Oh, God, yeah, for sure. Holy moly.
So before we talk about quibbles,
Yeah.
I have a guess, but I think we're going to disagree on something a little bit, buddy.
We might. We sure might.
What did you like, Weapons or Barbarian better?
I think we will disagree. However, let me just say this. Hearing what you just said,
Yes.
absolutely moves us up to at least a 4.5, because I think that's beautiful, putting his life out there like that, but it's also horrifyingly sad to hear that was his childhood. That breaks my heart, genuinely. But seeing and hearing that adds a lot to the movie. So that's absolutely boosted it up. I didn't know that. I will say that I really enjoyed Barbarian. So I'm going to say that one just because it caught me so off guard, my friend. And it was one that I showed a lot of people, which also adds to it because it just brings some of that joy watching this movie with others. So there's a lot of reasons why, but I will say Barbarian. And what about you?
Funny you ask me that. When I picked this movie, I had a plan, and I followed that plan. I watched Barbarian again.
Oh, okay.
Because I wanted to be sure.
Right.
Especially since a lot of time has passed since you and I watched it and we did an episode on it. Wink, wink, everybody. So yeah, I watched Barbarian again. And I gotta say, the same things that bugged me the first time bugged the hell out of me this time too.
Okay.
I do not like the last act of Barbarian.
Oh, okay. That's right. Okay.
Yeah, there's things about that ending that just bugged the hell out of me. So I think Weapons is a bit of a better movie. I think Barbarian is slightly more fun.
Right. Yeah. Yep.
But I think Weapons touches the soul a little bit deeper.
I agree with you on that. No, I agree with that for sure. Absolutely.
I think it's a deeper movie, and I think because of that, I like it more than Barbarian.
I think that's totally valid, my friend. And I absolutely understand that.
So what are your quibbles with Weapons?
So it's really not even quibbles, and it's really not something the movie did. It's a me thing.
Yeah, and let's be clear, if we both gave this a 4.5 out of 5, our quibbles are small.
Right. Yeah, exactly. And this is small, but I had an idea in my head of kind of how this might go. And so I thought that this movie was gonna, even though Barbarian, without spoiling anything, it's one of those that it could happen, quote unquote. You got to use some disbelief. You do. But I'm like, yeah, I could see. I mean, this could happen. This would be crazy, but it could happen. Again, using disbelief. But this one, there's some things that, This one, however, when there's when we find out Gladys is a witch and that's how she's controlling people, I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. But in my mind, I was kind of like, oh, I was hoping it would be something kind of realistic where I'm like, oh, that's a great way to explain that. You know what I mean? For whatever reason, if they had been, I don't know, anything like brainwashed or something, just where you're like, oh, interesting, okay. But it was like, oh, she used witchcraft, and that got them where they need to go. And I went, okay, it's cool. And this is a small quibble, because again, 4.5. But it caught me a little off guard, and I was like, oh, okay. I was hoping for something where I could kind of wrap my head around it, but I get it. It's fine. It's, again, nothing the movie did. It's a me thing for sure.
Right. So personally, what you're saying is that you like incest more than witchcraft.
I mean, that was, when I was dating online, that was kind of my go-to, tell me about yourself. And, it didn't work well. So
no, but that's interesting because, yeah, Barbarian is as fantastical as it is, it's rooted in some type of reality.
Right. Exactly.
Whereas this gets into some supernatural stuff.
Right.
This maybe we're not going to agree a lot, you know? Maybe we kind of have similar feelings about the movie, but different reasons.
Right. Sure.
Because I love the witchcraft. I loved how crazy it got.
Right.
I love that Aunt Gladys was able to control people with these sticks. And and there were some questions I had, but after watching it a couple times, I kind of answered those questions for myself. So
okay. Mm-hmm.
My quibble with the movie.
Yeah, please.
It's kind of simple. I think it's too long. I felt like it was too long. I feel like Paul and James' story, those two stories, because, this movie, as we know, as anybody who's seen it knows, this story is told from different points of view. It's kind of Pulp Fiction-ish, where first we have Justine's story, and then that reaches a point, and then we go to Archer.
Yeah.
And then we go to what? We go to
Jacob next, I think. Or wait, not Jacob. What's his name?
Paul.
I don't know why I said Jacob. Yikes. Paul, then James.
Yeah, Paul, then James, then Marcus, and then finally Alex. So I thought that was interesting, but especially when I watch it a second time, when I get to especially James's story, I'm just like, okay.
Right, yeah.
I kind of wish they had combined Paul and James into one story, maybe. Make James just part of Paul's story.
Yeah.
Because James is funny, he's got some comic relief in the movie, but at the same time, I'm just like, yeah, get on with it. And when I saw the movie the first time, even in the theater, the movie kind of frustrated me at times because, for instance, we get to the end of Archer's story.
Right.
And that's where he confronts Justine at the gas station.
Right.
And then possessed Marcus shows up.
Right.
And then right when he's on top of Archer, it cuts and it goes to Paul.
Right.
And then Paul gets to a point where he sees James across the street and he's going to get him and he's driving in his car. And then it goes to James and we're just like, oh. And then the biggest one, and I hate to say this, but then even when James's story is getting good, because that's when he's in the back of the police cruiser.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Paul has gone into Alex's house and he comes out possessed and takes James into the house. And then it goes to Alex. But now we're suddenly going all the way back to the beginning, before anything happened.
Right.
It was interesting the first time. On a repeat viewing, I'm just like, okay, get to it.
Gotcha. Okay.
I just feel like it's a little long. People might hate me for this, but...
No, I get it, but that definitely didn't bother me. And I actually was fine with all the cuts because I knew we were building to something. And so when it did cut, I was like, okay, let's now I'm getting excited. Yeah. And maybe again, you've watched it more than once. So maybe my second viewing, I would have some of those same thoughts, which is absolutely possible. Yeah.
I'm very curious as to what your opinion will be after you see it a second time because the first time there's a mystery.
Right.
And I appreciate the mystery. But now, to be honest with you, I would love to see a chronological cut where it's not chapters of people. It's just a chronological cut of the entire movie starting at the beginning when Alex is at his house with his parents and then Aunt Gladys arrives,
That'd be cool. I'd be really fun to watch. I'd be game for that.
Yeah. This is a weird thing. So, I own this movie on Apple.
Right.
On my Apple TV home screen.
Yeah.
It shows what you've watched recently.
Right, yeah.
Or what you haven't finished, right?
Right.
Normally, when you see weapons up there, it's the poster with the shadows of the kids running,
Right, yeah.
But the first time I turned on this movie, when I stopped it and I went back to my Apple TV home screen, the weapons poster was a picture of Gladys. And then the next time I turned on my Apple TV, it was gone. And now it was the weapons poster.
That happened. Okay. I bet it was the same time because I go on Apple every day just to see if there's deals. And there was one time where that was the exact thing that you say that. It was weapons and then it showed Gladys and I was like, oh, weird. And then it was back to weapons. So I wonder if there was some weird glitch or something or whatever because that's weird.
I don't think it was a glitch. I think it was on purpose, but I think it's really cool. for them
That
to
is
do
cool. That is cool. Oh, it's funny.
The beginning of this movie.
Dude. Yeah.
I've watched the beginning of this movie probably 5 times now. Honestly, I'm going to say this is one of the best movie openings of all time. I think it's beautiful.
Yep. I agree. And this I think was what got people excited for the movie as well. Obviously, besides knowing his work, but the trailer was a lot of that monologue at the beginning. And it's a creepy, that little girl saying it and the mystery of it. Like, it was a really good way to promote a movie. It definitely intrigued people, I think. And the beginning of this movie does the same thing. I was intrigued from second one.
But I think also it's the music.
Yes. Yeah, I agree with you.
Because as the girl's talking, we're listening to, first of all, the music score.
Yes.
But then when she's done talking and then you're just watching the kids run out, all of a sudden it's Beware of Darkness by George Harrison.
Yes. Yep.
And I was just telling a friend this today. I had to look that song up, even though I own the album that it comes from.
Awesome.
The cool thing is that the album is a double album. I think it's called All Things Must Pass, very famous George Harrison album.
Right.
I've always liked the album, but there's so many songs that it's kind of run together because it's more of a recent listen for me, this album. I probably listened to it for the first time like 3-4 years ago.
Sure. Okay.
Even though I'd heard a couple of songs. And I never really, a lot of the songs I was like, okay, these are good, but they never really stood out to me. But then I was watching this movie again, especially here at home. And I was like, oh man, that song is amazing.
Yeah.
And now that song will forever be the beginning of this movie with the kids running and with their arms outstretched. I love that.
Me too. I actually did see, I agree with you on the music before I jump into the kids running, but I absolutely agree with you on that. I did see an interview with, hi, kitty. What are you doing? Boy.
Ziggy just jumped up on the back of my chair suddenly, and it's hard for Andrew to see him, but he's right there.
Yeah. Oh, I see him. I can see him. Oh,
anyway.
Hi, Ziggy.
As you were saying, buddy.
Yeah, I was watching an interview with Josh Brolin, and they were asking him about the kids running. He said, I even talked with Zach about that. He's like, why were they running like that? And he wouldn't tell me. So he's like, it's a mystery. No one knows why they're running with their arms outstretched like that. And I was like, I love that there's no explanation. I think it's wild and creepy and awesome, and I don't need an explanation. I just like the look of it.
It is interesting that when Marcus is possessed, he runs the same way.
Yes.
However, at the end of the movie, when Alex kind of takes control of the kids and they're running after Gladys, they're not running with their arms outstretched.
Oh, good call.
They're just running through houses and breaking through windows and doing whatever they can to get to Gladys.
Yeah.
So.
Interesting. Yeah. Huh. Something to think about.
The acting in this movie.
Yeah, dude.
What'd you think of it?
I thought everyone was great. I do remember, I didn't, thank goodness this movie wasn't spoiled, but I did hear or see like posts of like Gladys. And I was like, I don't need to know anything about whoever Gladys is. But now I'm like, oh, Gladys. I thought she was so good in this. She's a very creepy character. Very creepy and scary to me. Not in a way of like, oh, a monster, I'm scared, but more in like a way of someone that has control that's evil. I mean you can put that in real life as well, just someone that has that control over you or someone That's scary. That's really scary to me, and she played that part beautifully and was a very scary person.
Have you ever seen Field of Dreams?
I have seen Field of Dreams.
So that's her. She's the wife, Amy Madigan.
Oh my gosh. Now that you say it, because I looked her up, but I didn't look at like her like older credits. So I just was like, she looks familiar. That's funny. That makes sense. Looking at the actress. Yeah, of course.
She's been in a lot of things, but that's the one I remember her the most from.
Totally. Oh, what do you think of acting? What are your thoughts, man?
Man, I thought it was fantastic. Everybody was great.
Yeah.
Like, I'm looking at all the actors, and I've got to give a shout out to everybody. So,
yeah,
starting with Julia Garner.
She's great, dude.
She is great. She's Shala Ball herself from the Fantastic Four First Steps.
Yeah, man.
One of my favorite movies of the year.
Yeah.
But plus, she was just in a movie this year that you and I did on the podcast.
We did.
Wolfman.
Yeah.
But as much as I liked her in Wolfman, and I know we said some good things about her, but I thought she was incredible in this movie.
Agreed. I agree with you. Yep. Phenomenal.
Suddenly, my fandom of Julia Garner just went through the roof because of how good she was.
She's great. And I knew her first from the show Ozark, which we watched.
Yes, you've mentioned that. Yeah, I think you mentioned that in the Wolfman episode.
Yeah, and she's great. She's great in that. Yeah, plays kind of a skis ball. But yeah, so she's a lot of fun to watch. But seeing her kind of go from that character to a teacher, which is very different.
Yeah.
It was fun, because she's so good.
But also a teacher with personal issues.
Oh, yeah. Yep, for sure.
You know?
Yep.
I thought that was great. Josh Brolin, obviously great in
Come on.
freaking everything he does.
Yeah, he's the best, dude. He really is.
I got to call out one moment in the movie, though.
Yeah.
For some reason, my favorite Josh Brolin moment in this movie is when he goes to the other parent's house, the other parents whose kid ran away.
Yes.
And the girl goes to the door, she opens it, and he's like, "Hey, I'm Archer." And she's like, "I know who you are. How are you?" And he goes, the way he delivers his line is just a simple line. He's like, "I'm good. I'm real good." You know, and then he goes on. But the way he says that line is I just love it.
Yeah.
In fact, I may use it as a soundbite in this episode just because I love his delivery so much.
Please do. Please do. And I did. I love that scene, too. And we get to see Justin Long for a second there as well.
Oh, yeah, Justin Long. Now, here's the thing. Justin Long, poor Justin Long, because he's great.
Yeah.
But every time I see him, I'm like, ew, because of the character he played in Barbarian, because of the character he played in Tusk now.
Yes,
that I've seen.
Yep.
He plays these sleazeball dudes really well. And I'm like, oh, no.
It's true, dude.
But he was super nice in this one.
Yep. And I have heard he's very nice in real life, so hopefully that's true.
Oh, thank goodness.
Yes.
Thank goodness. Who else? We've got Benedict Wong as Marcus.
Great. Come on.
So good.
He's so good.
And you know what, buddy? After this movie, I really want to sit down on a Saturday with a significant other with 7 hot dogs just to watch nature shows. That just looks so nice.
They did look nice. I was like, wow, that's a lot. Both Cindy and I were like, that's a lot of hot dogs. Like, that's
for
awesome.
2 people.
Yeah. What a day. That's sweet.
What a day. And I think that was on purpose. It's got to be on purpose because you're like, oh, they're just about to have the most nicest
right.
I don't even know how to talk right now. I'm
Words don't not
fast.
matter. Not at all.
I know what not you're saying.
Yes.
As I was trying to say, they're about to sit down for such a nice, relaxing Saturday.
Yeah.
And then brutality happens.
Yeah. And I love how sweet his partner is, too, because you can tell he's like, no. And he's like, let her in. Like, she needs help.
Like, of course you can have a glass of water. Come in.
He's so sweet.
Oh.
Like, of course you're sweet. You're about to die. Oh.
Yeah. Marcus is about to headbutt you to death.
Gosh. Oh, brutal.
Alden Ehrenreich.
Yeah.
I love Alden Ehrenreich.
I do too, man. He really is a great actor. Like, I like him a lot. I
loved him as Han Solo.
You know what? I actually enjoyed that movie. You can say what you want about it. I had fun with it, man. I thought it was fun.
Too.
Yeah.
I was one of those naysayers who was like, this movie doesn't need to be made. But then when I saw it, I was like, you know what? That was a fun movie. And he made Han Solo his own. And I appreciate that. He didn't try and just do a Harrison Ford impression.
Yep. Exactly.
But I loved him in this. He played such a... It's just so funny to watch him and go, this was Han Solo.
Right, yeah.
Like, cooler than cool. And now he's playing this mustached cop.
Right.
This bumbling guy who gets stabbed with hypodermic needles twice.
Yep.
And
Yep.
just everything keeps going wrong.
Yeah.
Cheats on his wife with his ex. Oh,
Yep.
It's just thing after thing.
Who's his boss's daughter? I mean, like, oof.
Yes.
Oof,
His
oof.
boss's daughter. Yes. Also, I didn't mention it at the beginning, but Toby Huss, who plays his boss, Captain
Yeah.
Ed.
Yep.
Toby Huss is such a great character actor.
He
I love him
is.
in everything.
Yeah. In fact, he's been in a movie we've done, 1 or 2 of them. Was he in 2 of them? Halloween,
Which
2018, and Halloween Kills.
who was he in those? Wait.
He was her Lori's
he was yes.
son-in-law.
He was yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Of course he was. Oh, I love Toby Huss. He's
I
so
know.
good.
He's awesome.
Huge shout out to Austin Abrams as James. Oh my God, he was almost unrecognizable.
I didn't realize who it was until I looked it up, and I was like, oh, because I love scary stories to tell in the dark, and I was like, oh, you were the bully. I love it.
And I know him from Euphoria.
Oh, right on. Okay, I've not watched that still, so I'm okay. Nice.
And we've mentioned it. We've mentioned this upcoming movie
Mm.
by the director of No One Will Save You. Remember I told you about the book I read, Whale Fall?
Oh yes. Oh, is he gonna be like the main person in it?
Yeah, he's the main character.
Good for him. That's awesome.
He's the guy that gets swallowed by a whale.
Ah, very cool, man. That's awesome. Good. Seriously, good for him. That's great to hear.
And now finally, Cary Christopher as little Alex. My Lord.
Man, so good. This kid, again, it's like I'm excited to see, and I hope that he gets a lot more roles after this because he's a great young actor who played who played a part, like you said, just talking about Zach's life. I mean, essentially playing this kid in somewhat of an abusive home. I mean, brutal.
Well, yeah. I mean, it wasn't abusive until
you know what
Gladys
I mean.
showed up. Yeah.
Right. Yes, but I mean, like he played it really well and heartbreaking.
Zach Cregger said the same thing about him that we've heard about other child actors, which was really cool. He would say that Cary would just fall into character so easily.
Nice.
He's this little kid, and as soon as Zach would yell action, he'd be in character and he'd do this part. And as soon as the shot's over, he'd go back to like joking around and being a kid again.
Oh, that's awesome.
Just amazing.
I love it. Good for him, man. Like I said, I hope he better get some roles after this because he did a great job.
Did you watch this movie with Cindy?
I did. Yes. Yep.
What did Cindy think?
Cindy liked it as well. She thought it was really just a good movie. Really enjoyed it. Yeah.
What did you guys think of the part where Justine is asleep in her car and the mom comes out the door? Tell me about your experience with that scene.
So for this one, there was a couple moments where like we kind of had the pillow close to our face. You know, we each had our couch pillow, and it was like that was a moment. I've never, and I wanted to bring this up. I don't know the last time I've seen someone's walk scare me. That walk was creepy, and I'm like, wake up. That's all I'm saying is wake up. And the fact that we see her open the door, that was when I was like,
no, wait, we don't see her open the door. We hear her open the door.
You're right.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. We hear it, and then we see her hand go over, and I was like, oh my gosh. I mean, that was
with scissors.
With scissors. That walk, though, is one of the creepiest walks I've ever seen, and I applaud her for doing it because it was frightening.
Yeah, everybody talks about that scene. It didn't affect me as much as other people, strangely enough. I was tense in the theater when I saw it, but for some reason, I wasn't like, I don't know, it didn't scare me like other people. People talk about that scene a lot. Like, that's the scene they mention. Oh my God, the car scene.
Yeah, I agree.
Maybe I wish I had been in a louder theater where people were like, "Ooh," but
yeah,
everybody was pretty quiet when I saw it. So,
Oh,
but
that's a
I love
bummer.
the scene. I think it's a fantastic scene and brilliantly crafted. But
yeah. Oh my gosh, her walk though. My gosh.
man, what do we talk about? Let's talk about the ending though.
Yeah, dude.
What did you think about the kids like running through and everything?
I loved it. I love the anarchy of the ending. I thought it was so much fun watching them destroy houses, watching these families in these houses go like, what? What's happening? Like, but just seeing the carnage that these 10-year-old kids are doing to these like houses was so much fun. That moment where we see Gladys too run out of the house and we just see these kids like book it out of the windows and start running at her. It's like, this is awesome. Like, this is a really great scene, followed by Archer slowly walking through these houses, kind of looking at the destruction. I loved it, man. I thought that whole climactic scene was perfect. I loved it.
The part where she opens the gate and then closes it behind her, but then the kids like slam the gate and the door just falls.
Yes. It's perfect.
Here's something I thought, though. Like, those are real kids when they get to the part where they tear Gladys apart.
Yeah.
You're having little child actors, even though obviously it's a fake human.
Right.
You have these children tearing apart a fake human body.
True. Yeah.
What does that do to a person's psyche, Like, they grow up with that. I mean, I don't know.
I don't know. I know. That's a good thought. I don't know.
I'm an adult, and I know that there's a lot of parents out there that let their kids watch horror movies at an early age,
Right.
But to actually tear apart a fake person, and I know it's all fun at the time, but man, you get older and you're like, man, I tore that person apart.
Right?
I don't know. I'm so curious about this, the psychology behind it.
Yeah, that's a good question. I mean, I guess we'll wait a few years to see them in an interview and see how they're doing.
Maybe. I don't think we ever will. But...
I know.
So let's get into the lore behind Gladys, because this was interesting to me. And I had questions at the end of the movie. My main question at the end of the movie the first time, and something I was dissatisfied with until I watched it a second time.
Okay,
and you're going to answer this pretty easily because I can now answer it easily. But when they kill Gladys, Archer, who is attacking Justine by this point because he's under Gladys's spell,
right?
Archer immediately snaps out of it.
Right. Yeah.
Now, the kids and the parents, they kind of snap out of it, but they're kind of catatonic at the same time. Like, Alex is hugging his parents, which is very brutal and touching. Like, brutally touching. It just pulls on your heartstrings.
Very much so.
Because it's like he has his parents back. Now, what are your thoughts about that?
So I looked this up as well because I had the same thought. Was like, well, why did he wake up and was fine and everyone else? And from what I kind of found, or what people were discussing, or what thoughts were happening, were Archer had only been under the spell for like 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever it was, not long. Whereas the kids had been 30 days, and the parents. I mean, it had been so long that the longer that this spell goes on, or the however long, the longer it is, the more you kind of lose yourself. And someone else even wrote, like if, and I don't know about this, but if she was taking, because she was using their essence, or whatever to maintain her.
That's true.
Maybe she was taking a lot of that too, So
that is a good point right there. That's the part I didn't think of.
Mm-hmm.
And see, here I'm thinking hopeful. I'm thinking that it's just taking them longer to come back to themselves, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And maybe I'm still correct. Maybe after a longer period of time, they will come back to themselves eventually. Because as the little girl said, some of the kids even started to talk.
Right. That's my hope.
But if she took their life essence...
Yeah.
Maybe they never come back all the way, man. That's heartbreaking.
It is. Yeah. That ending was heartbreaking. I mean, you don't get a happy ending with this movie. You get a resolution.
That's the question. Do
right?
You get a happy ending?
Maybe you do.
So when I walked out of the theater the first time, that was my feeling. I was a little dissatisfied. I don't mind sad endings, but this movie, they had beat the witch. They had killed her. So I was like, where's the happy ending? Like, I want more. I want more. I want to see what happens after this now.
Yeah.
But now I don't know what I feel. I don't know. You ruined it for me.
Sorry.
No, I'm kidding.
Sorry. I will say the part that got me, and even now I'm like, ugh. Obviously, we've seen Archer this whole time looking for his son.
Yeah.
Having nightmares and seeing Gladys. But at the end, when he sees his son and just picks him up and starts walking with him, I was like, oh man. Like, even now, I'm like, oh. And they're doing the kind of monologue at the end of, like, some are kind of speaking now, and you're just like, but you get it. Like, that, if you saw your kiddo after all this, you just grab him. You grab him and you hold him.
Yeah.
And you walk. Like, I mean, it was perfect. Like, that was exactly what you would do. And like,
it's bittersweet. It's bittersweet because the parents get their kids back, but
at what
the
cost?
kids aren't the kids right now.
Yeah.
Well, there's no cost.
Yeah, maybe not. Maybe that's not right.
I don't think that's the right phrase, but
yeah.
It's just bittersweet because, it's a relief that they get them back, but now the kids are changed. They're different, and we don't know if the kids go back to normal eventually. We don't know, but it is kind of a sad ending, but that's okay. That's okay.
That's all right. We're allowed those.
The other part I forgot that audiences talked about as being scary. Did it get you when Archer was in the basement looking for his son and Gladys jumps out?
I knew it was coming. I knew that one was coming. So that one didn't get me. I was like, it got Cindy because Cindy screamed.
Oh, good.
But I even think that they set it up. Like, I'm trying to remember what happens like in the scene before, but she's like not somewhere or something. I don't know where I was like, oh, she's gonna pop up. Like, it was one of those things where I'm like, she's coming. Like, we're gonna see her in a second. And sure enough.
Yeah. And see, I'm halfway like you. I wasn't thinking about her during that scene. Mm-hmm. I was looking for Matthew, his son.
Yeah.
But I think I recognized that it was her a second before she jumped out. I was like, oh, it's her,
Yeah.
And then she jumped out. The rest of the theater jumped. I didn't.
Ah, wow.
Because I kind of saw her there before she actually jumped out at him.
Right.
I don't know. It didn't get me as much. What about the dreams? Did the dreams get you?
That was what I was going to say, was there was really, to me, and again, there was more for other people, obviously, with that jump scare, but there was really only two moments where I went, ugh, and had a jump scare, and it was both the dreams, where we see Gladys. Oh, Gladys is on the ceiling in the first dream, and then in bed with Archer's dream. So both of those got me. And I think I knew both were coming at some point, because it's kind of, you get that tension build. But they still both got me where I went, I definitely jumped.
I like the theories as to why people were seeing Gladys.
Ooh.
Because Archer saw her, Justine saw her, and James saw her in the forest.
Oh, that's right. Yes. Yep.
Marcus met her.
Right.
Paul, as far as I know, is the only one that didn't really see her.
Yeah.
But it's just the idea that Gladys is seeping into these people's dreams because of what she's done.
Oh, okay.
She's become such a big part of their life. Like, she's casting her witchcraft. I don't know. It's just, there's theories. I can't remember the specifics of them, but it's nothing that Zach ever, that I know of, talked about.
Sure.
Now, the one thing that people did mention, and I want to see what you thought of this, when Archer is dreaming, he sees the assault rifle over the house.
Yeah, that was interesting.
It brings up the name of the movie, Weapons.
Right.
Which, surface level, Gladys was turning people into weapons.
Right.
But what do you think the assault rifle meant?
It's a good question. I'm not sure. I have maybe, but I don't know.
What maybe? If you got a maybe, kind of follow that thread and see.
Well, I'm wondering, and I mean, this is a trigger. What I'm going to say would be when it comes to kids and it comes to assault rifles, you think of school shootings, things along those lines. That would be my thought.
Good job, buddy.
Thank you.
I didn't think of that until I asked a coworker today.
Oh, right on.
He mentioned the parallel between Archer seeing the assault rifle above the house, the kids missing, and again, kids being gone after a school shooting. But also the idea of law enforcement being no good, doing nothing about it, following leads, but not finding anything. while Archer and Justine are the ones that finally get inside the house. You know?
Right.
Paul almost gets there with the help of James, because James is the first one to see the kids. Druggy James.
Yeah, he was.
But yeah, there's the thought that law enforcement don't do enough.
Okay, yeah.
So yeah, there is this parallel between school shootings and the movie and some of the ideas that the movie presents.
Interesting. Okay.
Like kids being in a classroom one day and then the next day they're not there.
Oof, yeah. Oof, duh.
On a happier note, we have the number 217. Another thing I found out today, that's Zach Cregger's nod to The Shining.
Oh.
Because in the book, the room is 217.
Awesome. That's cool.
But here's something that nobody ever mentions, but in the movie, 217 just seems to be the time in which Gladys snapped the stick and the kids all come running, right?
Right. Yeah.
But then there's the interesting idea that the next day, 17 kids are missing from that classroom and 2 people are left.
Good point.
So that really doesn't mean anything in terms of the movie, but it's an interesting just numerical
cool. Yeah.
Coincidence, I guess, or something. I don't know.
No, I like that. Actually, what you just said, I totally, and we've just been talking, so I haven't even looked at my notes, but I did have one itty bitty quibble that I totally forgot about, but you mentioned something. So, and it's silly, so it's whatever. But to me, I was like, it's not what would happen at the beginning, and it makes it work because of this movie and how it's presented. But what's her name? Justine walks into her classroom after the students would have been there. I have family. 3 of my 5 family members are in education. Not a chance that they would be the last one to enter that classroom. They will always be the first. So to me, and again, it works for this movie because it has to work that way. But it's my one little quibble where I was like, teachers always show up first, man. Always.
Andrew, I respect you and I respect your opinion on that.
Yeah.
But I'm rolling my eyes really hard at you right now.
Why?
Because to me, that's a who cares.
That's what I said. I said it's like nothing. It doesn't even matter. But it was one of those things where I just sat there and was like, that wouldn't happen.
I mean, if you get into that, you get into Alex disappearing from his gymnasium class.
Right. Yeah.
But then here we go. Let's talk about this.
Yeah, that's a good segue.
Justine is also an imperfect person. And this was actually something I was going to talk about. I love that all these characters have flaws.
Me too. I agree.
Now, Justine, she's very caring. She loves her students.
Right. Yeah.
Almost a little too much. We find out that she gave a student a drive home because their parents weren't there. And that crossed a line.
Right.
Even though Marcus knew that it came from a place of caring.
Right.
Parents aren't so sure.
Right. Yeah.
But at the other end of the spectrum, Justine is also not wholly responsible. I mean, we see a lot of instances where she's not all there. She's not very responsible with things.
Right.
She wants to talk to Alex, even though that's not the right thing to do.
Right. Yeah.
Obviously, she's drinking a lot, and we don't know if that came before, because she seems to be an alcoholic.
It sort of, it kind of plays out that way.
And that, obviously, as we've talked about, comes from Zach's life as well. But that would mean that she drinks before all this happened, too, you know?
Right. Yep.
So she could plausibly easily be late for class.
That's true. We're going to make it work, buddy.
There you go. I just made the movie better.
There you go. Thank you.
I like that Archer is also very flawed.
Yes.
He did not have the best relationship with his child, and now that his child is gone, he's regretting that.
Yes, for sure.
He seems like he kind of seems like that jock dad, you know?
Yeah, for sure. Oh, yeah.
And it reflects on his son. This is one of my favorite aspects of the movie. His son is a bully.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Did you catch that? You caught that Matthew is the one bullying Alex?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't realize that was his son until the end when he holds him, or when he goes down there and grabs him or looks at him or something. I was like, oh, that's Matthew.
He never saw his son in the basement because
at some point then
it's just at the end when he picks him up.
Okay.
That's it. I mean, there's pictures of Matthew, and we see Archer looking at pictures, and then he's kind of unrecognizable when he's in the bed in the dream, but
right.
But yeah, anyway, I thought that was a touching moment when we see Alex feeding Matthew.
Yeah, I liked that as well. I thought that was good.
And not just feeding him, but taking a moment to spoon up the stuff that's dripping down Matthew's chin.
Yep.
Like Alex is a very caring little kid, and I love that.
I know.
And then, of course, we have Paul. We have James, obviously flawed characters.
Right.
Marcus is the only one that seems like he doesn't really... I mean, I'm sure he's got flaws.
Right, we all do, but yeah, he kind of seems like he's got a good thing going.
He's presented as a pure character, pretty much.
Yeah.
And he's very nice, very...
professional.
Maybe his flaw is that he eats too much.
Oh, maybe. Yeah.
Maybe the hot dogs is a sign of that. And then we see him shopping with his partner in the grocery store.
Oh, yeah,
and
that's right.
He's not getting the healthiest of foods. That's
right. The cereal, I think, like they're looking at 2 different sugar cereals or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. I think, I don't know. I think we're on to like talking about specific little things.
Yeah, I think so.
Because we've talked about some of the symbolisms in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
The witchcraft, we haven't really talked about that.
Right.
We've touched on it, though. So you take a stick from this tree that Gladys has.
Right, yeah.
She takes a thorny branch off of it. She pricks her finger to put her blood on it. Then she wraps a personal item around the person she's going to control.
Right.
Then she wraps somebody else's hair around it. And then that person, after she snaps it, they attack. And the way you stop it is by putting the thing in the water.
That's right. Yes.
Now, the thing we don't know, but we just have to kind of accept, is that how does Gladys tell somebody to stand guard at the door? Like she tells
that's true.
The parents to stand guard at the door when the kids are coming, you know?
Yeah, that's a good call. Yeah, we don't find that out.
She tells the mom to go cut a piece of Justine's hair.
Right.
You know, so how does she do that without telling the mom to kill her? But she even tells Alex that she can make the parents do anything. And there's that very gruesome scene. What happens, buddy?
Where she makes them take a fork and just continuously stab their face with it.
Yes.
It's brutal. That was brutal. Oh, it was gross.
It's brutal. But why wasn't there more blood?
That's a good question. I don't know.
If I was stabbing myself in the face, I think blood would be dripping down my face more.
It'd be pretty gnarly. Yeah, I think. Not many times. Yeah. But that does bring up a point, though, jumping back just a tiny bit, that we talked about at the beginning and didn't bring it back up. It was so smart of Alex because he had to bring home an item from each kid. So he goes to the classroom and he starts looking through stuff like a backpacks at first. But it's brilliant. He goes to all of their boxes that they have like their homework or their assignments in, and they all have their own name tags that they've made on each one and just peels them all off to take them, which is genius. It's such a great... That was very smart of Alex to do that. I liked that a lot.
I'm glad you brought that up because I love that scene.
Me too.
I love how smart he is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We haven't really talked about the cinematography, which is absolutely gorgeous.
It is. Yep. Some really great shots. The
director of photography is named Larkin Seiple.
Okay.
I think that's how you pronounce it.
Cool.
I think it's he shot Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Oh, crazy. Okay. Very cool.
So, yeah, he's obviously amazing.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And I love some of the shots. Like one shot that stands out is when Justine is in her house for the first time and she's making a drink.
Mm-hmm.
And there's the knock at the door.
Yeah.
And the camera is just behind the counter with her making the drink in the foreground. And then it just slides to the left and you just see the door straight on.
Yep.
I love that.
Yep. Totally agree with that.
I love the fact that Archer paints witch on Justine's car.
Yep. If only he knew.
If only he knew that there's an actual witch in town. I love the way he triangulates.
That's what I was just going to bring up, too. I thought that was brilliant. I thought that was so smart. Of course. Why not go to each one that has like a camera and figure out where they're going? I thought that was great.
And there's a triangle inside the O in the title card of weapons.
Dude. Yep.
But I think that's more witchcrafty because witchcraft uses triangles, you know?
Yep. I do.
Speaking of triangles, did you watch the end credits?
Yes, I did.
Did you see the credits going up the sides of the triangle?
Yes. Yeah, I did. Yes.
That was so cool. Everybody watched the end credits of this movie because it's really cool.
Yep.
Obviously, I did not really care for all the hypodermic needles in this movie.
Yeah, that's fair.
Here's a question I had, and I kind of answered it myself, but I want to see what you say.
Oh, okay.
We know how they eat when they're under the spell.
I might know where you're going with this. Yeah.
What about peeing and pooing?
Yeah.
What about going to the bathroom?
Huh. We're just going to say that she has some kind of witchcraft spell that just removes that by itself. I have no idea. I have no clue.
We can't say that because they have to eat. So if she could do that, she can make it so they didn't have to eat. The answer I put in my mind is that we don't see it, but Gladys, since she can controls them and tells them to go to the bathroom.
That works. I'm good with that. Yeah. Yeah.
But I can't imagine that they don't sometimes make a mess and, you know.
But I guess not to like, but then I'm like, why didn't she just have them feed themselves too, though? Why did Alex have to do it? Was that just to punish or mess with Alex? Was that just it?
That was a way of her controlling Alex without putting him under a spell.
God, she's the worst.
She's the worst.
She's the worst.
There's so many little things I loved. I loved the door camera when it was attached to the door when, oh God, which one was it? Was it James? Yeah, it was James. When James was in the house and he's running, the parents are attacking him.
Yes.
You see him open the door and the camera's attached to the door.
Oh, yes.
So when you see the camera swing with the door, you see them coming at him.
Yes. Yep.
I thought that was a fantastic shot.
I did too. I know exactly what you're talking about. That was awesome.
I love the moment when James is in the back of Paul's police car.
Yes.
And James is like, excuse me, I'm sorry, but how do I know you're not just going to take the reward for yourself? And the way Paul just like looks at him and then thinks for a second and then just goes inside and you know that he didn't even think of that himself. And now he's like, I am going to take the reward for myself.
So good. But I do love too, after he's in there forever and then comes out, that moment's scary too, where he just drags him in. You're like, ooh. That's creepy.
But that was frustrating to me because right when he pulls him inside and the door closes, that's when it switches to Alex. And we're just like, it's like the worst cliffhangers, like multiple times throughout the movie. And I'm just like, man,
but at least
keep the action going.
It's not like a show, though. You don't have to wait a whole summer for the next season. You got 20 minutes. You'll see the rest.
It's like 40 minutes, man. Like Alex's story takes up a huge chunk of the movie.
It does. That's true. That is true.
And luckily, it gets going pretty quickly. And I know people are going to disagree with me. But yeah, man, second viewing, I'm just like, too slow.
What did you think of the potato peeler scene?
I totally forgot about that. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm kind of torn on that scene, to be honest with you, buddy.
Oh, okay.
There was a poster for the movie. There's very few things that I saw about this movie before I went to see it.
Mm-hmm.
I had seen a shot of Marcus with the bulging eyes.
Yeah.
By the way, the bulging eyes, they had to use CG to make the eyes bulge.
I was wondering, man. I did wonder that because I was like, that's crazy.
They tried to do it practically, and it just did not work. So
this worked. This was effective.
But there was another poster that had just the potato peeler on it. And then so when she goes to pick it up, I was like, oh, here we go. And it's kind of like the fork, man. Like, it's painful. You see it happening, and you're like, ooh, you know? You make that noise exactly. I know you made it.
Yeah. I mean, ooh.
Yeah, I've heard you make that noise, buddy.
Many times.
Many times. And sometimes in pleasure. Sorry. But again, I just feel like blood would just start gushing out of it quicker.
For sure. Yeah, for sure.
It just leaves raw skin, it looks like, and I'm just like, so when she possesses them, like, do they lose, like, does their blood become stagnant? Like, what's going on?
Maybe.
I don't know. That kind of bugged me, I guess. Little
that's
tiny
fair.
quibbles.
Yeah, I get you. I get that.
But the scene is effective. I do love that scene.
It is, yeah. It was gross.
I also love the way James and Paul both die,
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
She shoots Paul through the throat, and he still isn't dead. Like,
yeah.
It just shows how powerful the spell is.
Yeah.
He's going to do everything he can to kill her. And she shoots him through the throat, which doesn't kill him right away. So he's still trying to kill her. So then she shoots him through the head, which kills him right away.
Right. Yep.
And then right when James is about to get, that was funny. That was funny. All the times that Archer kept throwing James and knocking him down, and then he'd just get up.
Yes. That was actually pretty great. I did enjoy that.
The audience in the theater was laughing very much. They love that.
Because he really does, like, throw him. Not just a push, like, it's like WWE. He, like, throws him.
He throws him across the room.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I think that's about it, man.
That's what I was thinking too, yeah.
The music was done by Zach Cregger himself.
Oh, serious?
Yeah.
Wow, what a talent.
As well as Hayes Holladay and Ryan Holladay. So
Awesome.
I've never heard of them.
Uh-uh.
I'm slightly surprised that Zach didn't bring Anna Drubich back from Barbarian.
Oh, totally.
But I like the music in this. There's some really beautiful parts.
I would agree with you on that.
And before we get to 3 questions, I have just a few things that I wrote down for the behind the scenes stuff.
Mm-hmm.
One thing Zach said that I really like is that he says it's supposed to feel like a real town where people don't put their dishes away, and it feels like a little bit too much clutter. That feels real, and that's somehow scarier. And that's what Zach said.
I like that. No, I like that.
And I noticed that. That like in Alex's house, even before Aunt Gladys shows up, there's like, it's not a completely super clean house. There's clutter where it looks like his dad does some work in the living room,
Yep. Which is, again, like you said, more realistic. I like that.
Yeah. Now, the movie was originally supposed to be pretty much mainly about Justine and from her point of view.
Oh, okay.
But then Zach started to branch out into the other characters.
Cool. I like that. I like it.
Yeah. He also saw Justine and Archer both as animals in a way. Justine is a prey type animal, and Archer is a predator type animal. And if you watch the movie with that in mind, it's a very cool dichotomy.
That's cool. I could see that just from, I could absolutely see that.
And then the whole design of Gladys.
Yeah.
It was like, they could have just had a normal kind of weird looking woman, but he's like, what better than a colorful woman from Miami?
Right. It's true though. Like, I'm so glad that they did the look that they did. It was great. Like, her look was it was great. It was wild.
I think it's iconic.
Oh, for sure. Oh man, for sure.
I expect to see quite a few Gladyses at Halloween.
Yes. I bet you're right. All right, my friend. With that, are you ready for 3 questions?
You know what? I am ready for 3 questions.
Who would cross the bridge of death must answer me these questions 3.
Question number 1. What was the best death/kill in this movie?
I'm going to go with Gladys.
Yeah.
I think it was visceral. It was disgusting. It was gory and just brutal.
Yeah.
And it made me think of the psyches of those kids, the real kids, the actors growing up. What about you, buddy?
Yeah, that's the one, man. If you're going to talk a kill in this movie, it's Gladys, for sure. I agree with you.
Yeah.
Question number 2, was this movie scary?
I think it is to a lot of people. I've heard from quite a few people who thought that this movie was scary, and that's why people liked it more than other movies.
Nice.
Because this one actually scared them.
Mm-hmm.
But personally, not at all. I was tense. There was an air of mystery during the movie, so I enjoyed that. But I didn't think it was that scary, no. And by the end of the movie, it was just fun. So
there you go.
What about you?
I agree with you. It didn't scare me, but I could see this being scary, especially for people that have been in like relationships or had family that are very controlling, that are very like, you know what I mean? Give you that claustrophobic feeling of not being able to do what you want. I could see this being pretty creepy, pretty horrifying for people.
Yeah.
So, yeah, definitely.
I could see it kind of triggering people.
Yeah. With that, and you kind of mentioned it, but my friend, question number 3, did you have fun with horror?
Yeah, I did kind of give this one away. And for the most part, yes, I did have fun with horror. Nice. I'll admit, like I've said before, I thought it was a little slow. I think the movie's a little long. But by the end of the movie, I had a lot of fun with horror. What about you?
I did. Yeah, I definitely had a lot of fun with horror. This is there's some wacky moments and some crazy moments, but and fun moments. So I definitely had fun with horror with this one. Yeah.
That's awesome, buddy. Weapons.
Yeah. Weapons.
Now, when I tell you that you are not to speak about me or your parents to anyone, you understand what can happen if you break your promise. I can make your parents hurt themselves. I can make them hurt each other. I can make them eat each other if I want to.
Okay, so Andrew, we just discussed weapons. So that leaves us with our second movie of October.
Yes.
And this is your choice. So, Andrew, what are we watching next in October?
Well, let me give you a little background on this one, because this episode will come out right before Halloween. So I was like, I got to pick something. I want to pick something Halloween-y, you know? And so I thought there's some newer movies and stuff, and I was like, in my mind, this is my thought process when I was thinking, because I'm really thinking about it. And I'm like, I really want something Halloween-y. I want, like, if I could get masks, that would be great. If I could get something scary with masks. If I could get something on Halloween, that would be great. That'd be fun. I'm like, I don't know. I can't think of anything. And then I went to take a shower, and as I'm sitting there in the shower, I went, oh, I got it. I have a movie that we've briefly touched on the podcast about how we liked it. It has masks. It's Halloween-y. And I want people to know why we enjoyed this movie. So, buddy, we're going to go back a few years, and we're going to watch Haunt.
Oh, Haunt.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say something else.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I thought you were going somewhere else, but you picked a similar movie, Haunt.
Yeah. I thought this would be a fun Halloween-esque movie, man. So I was like, I think that'll be, we've talked about it. Now I want people to know why we've talked about it.
Yeah, man. And I've got a Blu-ray that's got a whole bunch of bonus features on it. So I'm going to do a lot of homework on this one because we've both seen it.
Yes.
We've both said that we've liked it. Mm-hmm. So people know that we like this movie.
Yep.
Now all that's left is to watch it. So everybody watch Haunt.
Yes.
Find it, watch it, and then come back in 2 weeks while we discuss it. Now, Andrew, as I promised, real quickly, I'm just going to touch on the Nightmare on Elm Street movies that I watched.
I had that note ready to go, man. I was like, we're bringing it up. I don't want to forget this. Lay it on me.
Yeah. So last episode, I had seen Nightmare on Elm Streets 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah. Yep. Correct.
Now, I have gone to Alamo Drafthouse in L.A., and I have seen Nightmare on Elm Street 4, Nightmare on Elm Street 5,
nice,
Nightmare on Elm Street 6, or Freddy's Dead, the final nightmare, and Wes Craven's New Nightmare. So I have some thoughts.
Yeah, please.
First of all, I really enjoyed Dream Master.
Okay, awesome, yeah.
Dream Child and Freddy's Dead both seemed like some weird fever dreams that somebody on drugs wrote. I was like, what the hell happened here? They were still fun. I still love these movies. They're just fun, but both of them, I was just like, what in the crap?
Yeah.
And like I thought, there was a lot that I didn't remember of those movies.
Mhm.
But the movie I remembered the least,
Yeah.
but really impressed me, was Wes Craven's New Nightmare.
New Nightmare. I like that movie a lot.
You know what really impressed me was Heather Langenkamp in that movie.
Yeah.
Because she was good in the original, obviously. She was a great final girl.
Right. Oh, yeah.
But she was a young actress, and you can kind of tell, if we're being honest, that, she was still learning to act. I did not remember her improving so much between Dream Warriors and New Nightmare.
Yeah.
Because even in Dream Warriors, she was a little stiff at times. And now maybe it was just the dialogue, but in New Nightmare, I believed every scene she was in.
Awesome. That's awesome.
My only biggest quibble with New Nightmare is that I wanted more Freddy.
Yep. Totally get
Because
that.
it does take a while to get going.
Yep. That's very
It's
true.
the longest movie in the series, and it takes a while. Here's the other thing, though.
Yeah.
When I was young and I was watching these movies for the first time, I remember feeling disappointment at times at how Freddy's mask was designed. Not his mask in the movie, obviously, but how they designed his face and his look. And I remember being disappointed with how he looked in New Nightmare because I was like, he looks so different from the Freddy we've seen before.
Right. Totally. Yeah.
This time, I freaking loved the way he looked. In fact, I wasn't disappointed with the way he looked in any of the movies.
Nice.
I loved the slight differences in how they did his makeup. And I really loved his look in New Nightmare, especially given the story of that movie.
I agree. I agree. I think that movie has also one of my favorite in the series scenes, in the series in the hospital. I think that one's a lot of fun.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Without
sure.
spoiling anything. I think that was just a fun scene to watch.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. So that's all I'm going to say.
Nice.
You know why?
Why?
Because, buddy, we're going to do a Halloween episode. Hopefully.
Boy. No, we are.
Hopefully.
Oh, no, we are.
Okay, we are.
Oh, no,
Okay.
we are. That's happening. That will happen.
And so let's tell the people what we're going to do real quick.
Yeah. Oh. We're doing some stuff. No.
That's right. So for Halloween, we're going to have a special bonus episode.
Yes.
Andrew and I are going to turn out our lights while we talk to each other. We're going to maybe have some candles burning. We're going to have some Halloween candy to eat while we talk. So we'll be slobbering while we talk into our microphones.
It'll
But
be a little ASMR, in there.
we thought we'd just chat and we just have a good time. And on Halloween, we're going to talk about what our favorite movie in different slasher series is.
Yeah.
And we're not allowed to pick the original movie in each series.
Right. Correct.
We're going to talk about what I think we both consider the big five, which are Nightmare on Elm Street, Friday the 13th, Child's Play or Chucky, Texas Chainsaw Massacre,
and Halloween,
of course. And here's the thing, because I thought about this long and hard. We are allowed to pick remakes.
I thought that too. Yep.
So we're going to talk about that. However, I think if we do pick a remake, we can also talk about what our favorite is besides the remakes, what have you.
Agreed.
And then we're also going to talk about our favorite horror movie watching experiences.
Yeah.
And that's going to be fun because I know we've talked about, we'll probably repeat some that we've talked about in the past on the podcast.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
But at the same time, this will be like we're talking about it on purpose.
Yeah. Yep. It'll be good. It's going to be fun.
And that's why I didn't go into too much detail with Nightmare on Elm Street.
Ah, very good. Yes.
I gave some hints, but I'll let you know on Halloween, buddy, which Nightmare on Elm Street is my favorite other than the original.
Yeah, dude. This is awesome. This is going to be fun.
I can't wait, dude. I can't wait.
I know. It's going to be a cool conversation. I like those two just because, I don't know, it's just fun to visit with you and talk scary movies. Not just one, but a bunch of them. It's going to be fun, man.
Yeah.
It's going to be fun.
Yeah, man. We haven't done that in a while.
We haven't. I know. It's going to be nice. It's going to be a good little treat for us and our listeners.
Well, that said, everybody, thank you so much for listening to Fun with Horror.
Thank you so much. We really appreciate each and every one of you.
We do. And all of you new listeners, if you're still listening, be sure to go on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. Leave us a comment on Spotify. Leave us a rating on Spotify. And if you go to Apple Podcasts, do us a favor. Leave us a review and rating if you want to.
Yeah, it'd be great.
If you don't want to, we still love you.
We do. We still love you. But we would appreciate it.
We would. So that said, we hope everybody is having a good October. We still got a few weeks left in it. So we hope everybody has a fantastic October. And we will talk to you in a couple weeks right before Halloween. And then we'll talk to you on Halloween.
Woohoo!
That said, Andrew.
Scotty.
I love you.
I love you.
Buy my favorite weapon.
I'm Archer Graff. I'm Matthew's.
Yeah, I know who you are.
Oh,
Hi.
good. I know we haven't spoken before directly. We've seen each other at a lot of the same.
How are you, Archer?
I'm good. I'm real good.